The cafe smelled of roasted beans and fresh hope. Anna sat at a corner table, nervously twisting her bracelet as she waited. It wasn't just any date. It was her first in 2 years, since her last heartbreak left her both cautious and cautious again. Her best friend had convinced her to try one last time. "He's kind," her friend said. "A good man." But good men were rare, and her heart had learned not to trust easily. As she glanced toward the door, she didn't notice the tall man already watching her from the counter, well-dressed, calm, and quietly observing. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who was listening." The date didn't go as planned. When the man arrived, Daniel, he looked nothing like his photo. His eyes darted to his phone more than her face. Halfway through the meal, he excused himself to take a call. He never came back. Anna sat alone, the untouched desserts mocking her from across the table. The laughter of nearby couples stung like quiet insults. When the waiter placed the bill before her, she froze. The total was far more than she expected. Her fingers fumbled through her purse, but reality struck. She didn't have enough. Her cheeks burned with shame. People were watching. The waiter's polite smile began to fade. Then a voice came from behind, calm, assured. "It's on me." Anna turned. It was the man from the counter, the one she hadn't noticed earlier. He handed his card to the waiter without hesitation. His tone was final, but his eyes were gentle. "She's had a rough evening. Please, add a coffee to go for her." After the waiter left, Anna stared at him, unsure what to say. "You don't even know me," she whispered. He smiled faintly. "I don't need to. Sometimes it's enough to know someone deserves a better ending than the one they got." There was something about the way he said it. Not pity, not pride, but quiet understanding. "Let me at least repay you," she insisted. "Then let me buy you 5 minutes of company," he said, gesturing to the empty seat across from her. She hesitated, and then nodded. They talked. About books, about the rain, about why people pretend they're fine when they're not. His name was Ethan. He owned a company, though he spoke of it humbly, as if it were just another part of his life, not his identity. "I wasn't always this," he said. "There was a time I counted coins for coffee, too." Anna listened, her walls slowly lowering. For the first time that night, she laughed. Soft, unguarded laughter that surprised even her. When they stood to leave, Ethan walked her outside. The city lights reflected in the puddles like fallen stars. "I don't usually do this," she said, smiling nervously. "Neither do I," he replied, "but maybe that's why it matters." They exchanged no numbers, no promises, just a look. One that lingered. Days passed. Anna tried to move on, convinced it had been a fleeting kindness. But one afternoon, a letter arrived at her small apartment. No name on the envelope, just an elegant card inside. "You left your smile at the cafe. I thought you might need it back. E." Attached was a job offer for a marketing position at a new company, Ethan's company. She thought it was a mistake at first, but when she called, the HR representative confirmed it. "Mr. Cole recommended you personally." Her breath caught. Could one act of kindness really ripple this far? Months later, she sat in a boardroom presenting her first campaign. Ethan listened quietly from the far end of the table, pride hidden behind professional calm. After the meeting, he approached her. "You did well," he said. "Thank you for everything," she replied softly. He shook his head. "You earned it. I just paid a cafe bill." That night they met again at the same cafe. No blind dates, no awkward silences. Just two people whose paths had crossed at exactly the right moment. "You know," Anna said, stirring her coffee, "I used to think kindness was rare." Ethan smiled. "It's not rare. It's just quiet. You just have to listen for it." She looked out the window as the rain began again, the same rain from the night her story had changed. Only this time, it didn't feel cold, because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And sometimes it starts with a blind date, an unpaid bill, and a stranger who decides your worth is not measured by your mistakes. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispered Words. Tell me in the comments, do you believe fate sends us the right people at the right time? I'd love to hear your thoughts.